Hey, everybody, and welcome to It is 12 Days of Education. Technical difficulties aren't going to stop us dealing with a lot of good fun today here with the technical difficulties, but we're going to get right into it. Lots of great information to share with the 12 Days of Education. Let's start with the key part of this, and it's the Carolina College Advising Corps, the near peer model where recent graduates serve as advisors, which allows students to more easily develop relationships and trust. And it also helps students identify and apply to post-secondary programs that will best serve them both academically and socially. That's what the 12 Days of Education is about through the Rockingham County Education Foundation, is raising funds for this great program. And boy, community, let me tell you, $8,265 raised to our $10,000 goal, plus an $8,000 match already there from St. Thomas Episcopal Church in Reedsville. Wow. Just the power of seeing the importance in the community for this program, because it does make a difference. Through sustained growth, 49% of all American Indian, 15% of Latinx, and 22% of all African American or Black students in the state will have access to a core advisor as this program continues to grow across North Carolina. And joining me to talk about this great program and to help raise funds in our community is Rodney Shotwell, the Rockingham County Schools Superintendent, as well as Gordon Allen, a local photographer and community leader. We'll welcome those guys in right now. Guys, let me know how you're doing. How you doing today?
Hey, Joe, doing great, man. Good to see you.
Can you guys hear me?
Doing just fine. Glad to be here, Joe.
Welcome in, and we're glad to have you for the 12 Days of Education. Thanks for being here, and we'll start with you, Rodney. Tell me a little bit about why this program is important for our community.
Well, it's one of the centerpieces for the Education Foundation from its inception was how can we help children get to college, and how can we help them afford the ability to be able to go to college? Because one of the things that we have to talk about is that, yes, I want to go to college, but oftentimes people say to themselves, but I don't have the money to help pay for it. And that's where the College Advising Corps really came into play for us. We were one of the first school districts in North Carolina to have that program in our schools, and we've had it since 2007. And every year we get an awesome group. Every 2 years we get an awesome group of advisors. And I always ask myself, how can we get any better than what we have? And every time we do, they jump in both feet first, and our kids really do make a connection with them.
It's amazing just how much a little bit of help can go. And one of the great sayings of the Rockingham County Education Foundation is knowledge opens up the world. Just having somebody that's a peer, Rodney, that's similar to you, that understands what you're about to go through and can help you, that's huge.
Oh, absolutely, because that was one of the key facets of the program is they really wanted students that have had to go through the financial aid process themselves to be able to come to our seniors and juniors and tell them, look, I was in your seat not too long ago, and this is what I had to do. And if I knew what I knew now, I would have been able to do some different things. And so they've really been here to help out. We've actually had a couple advisors come back that were students who were impacted by the program. So it's really been a continual connection.
Well, let me tell you guys, so far, as I mentioned at the gate, $8,265 raised by 27 donations, and that doesn't include a match, $8,000 from St. Thomas Episcopal in Reedsville for this program. But we need your help because it costs to make this program happen. It costs to put these folks into our schools and to provide. But we're giving away things too. We're giving away a Gordon Allen print today. Get out there. It's easy to text and educate. Text educate to 24365. I don't know if you guys saw either, but I have a 6-year-old and a 3-year-old, and I told them If we get 12 donations during this broadcast, that's 12, not 11, 12, I will let them paint my fingernails Christmas colors. So,
Yeah, let's get those 12 in there. All right.
all you got to do is text EDUCATE to 24365. That's EDUCATE to 24365, or you can visit donorbox.org/12-days-of-education, and you can donate. And I mean, so many great people have already done so. We're going to be giving away things throughout the 12 days of education. This is one of the great prizes. Well, our grand prize will also be a week stay in the oceanfront Holt condo on Caswell Beach, Oak Island. That's valued at $1,500. It's just beautiful when things like this come together. There's been so many great donors and drawing sponsors. We just want to give them a quick thanks real quick. Rockingham County Partnership for Children, Gordon Allen, Aspen by Rachel Rakes, Captured by Adina, Wine Knocks in Madison, other great major donors and sponsors, St. Thomas Episcopal Church. Their matching donation has brought what we've done and doubled it at that 8,000 mark. Gildan Activewear, a big donation. Arthur's Jewelry of Eden. Three Rivers Outfitters giving away a nice prize that we'll talk about later this week. Auto, Biscuitville, and that Dexter Media guy, whoever that is. I want to thank you guys for coming in, and Gordon, we'll talk about community and building college advisorship and just how important it is. How do you see that college experience as an importance for community students?
Well, look, in my former life, when I was manager of the Employment Security Commission of Rockingham County, education is the key to improving the quality of life and standard of living. In this particular program, it helps somebody bridge from that wanting to do something to actually getting there. And I can remember the days when I was applying for colleges back many years ago. It was very confusing. And even when you got to college, it would have been exceptionally nice to have a tutor or an advisor or to know how to access that information or a mentor. So this is one of the things that makes our community great. There's always a level of support here in Rockingham County, no matter where you are. But this particular program is phenomenal.
And we're giving away one of your prints. Do you know what this print is that we're giving away? What are we looking at here?
Yeah, that is a great egret that I took. We were talking about this a little bit earlier. I was on Harker's Island. It is absolutely one of my favorite places to go for waterfowl and wildlife. I was on one of the back roads and on the back town and got out of my car. I was just walking down a dirt road along the sound side there. And I saw that great egret and I was going like, man, that thing is just awesome. And just had that moment, when I was looking through the lens, I was hoping, I hope this turns out. And that's one of my favorite photos right there.
You can see it on the screen now. Man.
That's beautiful.
There he is. One of my favorite quotes is always be on the lookout for the presence of wonder. And that's by E.B. White. Any day that I go out behind the camera, that quote's with me. And that's one of those particular days, I just, for me, wildlife photography is my niche. Is what kind of, got me back after I retired. And I love being able to share stuff like that. And
It's almost it's kind of a parallel to me when you're able to have experiences like you are out in the wild, where you might not have thought maybe 5 years ago, 10 years ago, that's something you would do. This college advisory corps puts you in a position to do things you might not be able to do, doesn't it? Like those are the things that I look at with college advising. I don't know about you guys, but I'm a first generation college student, and if it weren't for the advisors at my school and my parents tried as hard as they could. It's nothing against them. It's just the simple fact that they had not experienced that before. Nobody knew what to do. So to have that backing, it's so important because it gives students without opportunities just a voice to push that opportunity, give them just a better chance.
Yeah, just like photography, when I picked up a camera, especially these digital cameras, I was lost. It is a big learning curve. And it's just like somebody sitting there thinking, I really want to go to college. I want to get an education. I want to improve the quality of my life. There's a passion that I have, and I need to somehow get there. And the advisors and mentors are the ones that can lead you through the maze. And it is a maze. It's so confusing. There's so much stuff out there. But to have somebody that has walked the walk, and that's what helped me with photography. I learned from a fellow who was a photographer for the Smithsonian Institute. He went worldwide, and he gave me tips. Now, can you imagine? Well, we do know kids that are sitting at home right now, and especially this time, and they are wanting to go, but how do I get there? So that's why this program is so vital. It's so necessary. And thank goodness that we have people in our community that see the value in that and have the desire and willingness to help kids get to their dream.
And Rodney, for me, it's not just a path to college, it's a path to figure out what is next for you, the student, and how can we best put you in a position to get where you want to go.
Absolutely. And I think, because what you'll find out from these advisors is that, it's like serving in the Peace Corps maybe, or AmeriCorps. They're here for 2 years, but all of them have dreams that they're wanting to fulfill. But this was their chance to give back for 2 years. And their number one job, besides trying to help them get into school with all that, is to inspire and to let folks know that, whether it's the diesel mechanics school over in Johnson City, Tennessee, or it's going to one of the private universities or the public universities in North Carolina, if that's going to be the step that's going to help you go to that next level, they understand that, and they want you to be able to follow your dream. Oftentimes people have obstacles that are put in front of them. And that's the one thing about this program. They do everything they can to eliminate the obstacles that are sitting in front of some of our seniors.
We are an update, guys. We are now at $8,290 raised of our $10,000 goal because my wife, Andrea, wants to see my nails painted. She just donated $25. So thanks to her and for helping out, and all those that have donated thus far. It's unbelievable in these unprecedented times when we can come together and realize the important things in our community and rally behind each other to make them happen. Just being part of this so far in this 12 days of education push for the Rockingham County Education Foundation and the College Advising Corps, what I've seen is strength is in numbers, and boy, in Rockingham County, do we have not just numbers, but we have strength.
Absolutely. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Gordon.
And I agree with that so much. We have gone through a lot in Rockingham County. During the Great Recession, we lost a lot of jobs and everything, and people were, it was tough. There has been a rallying back. I love all aspects of Rockingham County. And when I moved up here, somebody told me the people here are engaging and they're supportive and wonderful. And that came to be true. I've just made so many friends here, call it home now. And it's because of things like this. I mean, this really makes you feel a part of a special community. And I'm proud to live here, and I love programs like this. And I'm not surprised that you're getting an outpouring of support. I think that's very typical for Rockingham County. And, I know we'll meet these numbers.
Let's just recap for those that are tuning in. College Advising Corps provides one-on-one advising to help students prepare, take the ACT, complete college applications, and navigate the complexities of applying for financial aid and scholarships. It's been 10 years since I did that. I can't believe I'm saying this, but I mean, yeah, I graduated 12 years ago almost, I believe it is. But 9 years ago was the last time I did this process. Rodney, and it was tough then. I'm sure it's difficult now.
The application it seems like it gets thicker and thicker, and you need at least 3 CPAs to try to help you figure it all out. I remember seeing Lamar Alexander say, "Why do we have to make it so hard for kids?" He's a U.S. Senator from Tennessee. He says, "Why do we have to make it so hard for kids to get help?" And, when the forms get longer and longer, and he had an illustration. He had, for those of us that are older, can remember the dot matrix printers where the pages were all connected to each other. He had like about 109 pages, and he unfurled them and let them fly in the wind. And that kind of just illustrates the point. All the information that has to go there. It can be very daunting. And our college advisors take the time to have a FAFSA night to help the parents and students start the process. And, I've got a good friend of mine, Dr. Stephanie Ellis, that tells us all the time, how do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time. And that's how you deal with a FAFSA form. One bite at a time.
In direction with this, Gordon, the big thing is local economy and the impact it has. For every $1 invested in Rockingham County, seniors have received $456 in offered scholarships. That totals more than $12 million right here in Rockingham County year after year. Not only are these seniors getting money, Gordon, but it's helping our local economy and helping these folks, these great, brilliant, innovative minds that are looking to move forward, help us right here where we live.
Oh yeah, that's exactly right. I mean, and that's all it takes is one spark to create a flame. This is the spark. And there's a raging fire of passion. And these kids want to experience it. And can you imagine this particular year, especially the challenges we've all faced, the experiences that they've lost, and how disconnected some may feel, but then have this ability to reconnect and to guide them. It's just incredible.
They're rolling in $8,300 now. Thank you, Louise, for your donation. And the 12 days of Christmas, 12 days of education is a Christmas because we want to help all those out there looking to advance their careers after high school. But we also have great gifts to give away throughout the 12 days of education. We're talking about that stay that we mentioned earlier. Biscuitville is helping out. So many great businesses are helping out, and we want to thank them as well. And every single person that is interested is eligible for these giveaways every single day. If you donate, we really appreciate it, but even if you can't, you're eligible for these. And every day we're going to be giving great things away, like today, Gordon Allen's print that we showed earlier. Let's show this thing off again. Look at that. Gordon, can I get some advising on photography to get something like that? Because I haven't been able to hit it yet.
Yeah, my advice is to go and be willing to go and to go often. I've gone many a day and started out looking for elephants and come back with butterflies, and I was happy to get those butterflies. My top tips are be willing to go and to go often. Frank Greenwell, the guy who was with the Smithsonian Institute, travels the world. When I asked him, and he was a renowned photographer, he was worldwide known. And when I asked him what was the number one tip he could give, he said, go and go often. I mean, I can go one day up to Mabry Mill and it not be there. I can go the very next day and the shot will come to you. That's the main thing. The other thing is to know your gear. These digital cameras are so sophisticated. complicated. But then once you get it dialed in, it comes to you. So, and I always like to shoot with a buddy. For some reason, there's a thing. To go far, or to go fast, go alone. To go far, go with somebody. And that really slows you down. It gives you an extra set of eyes, and you can bounce techniques off of each other at the moment. And I have the greatest time when I'm mentoring a young photographer. That also helps me become better at what I'm doing. When I'm trying to help somebody else improve, it's really improving me as well. But yeah, get to know your equipment. That's one of the key elements.
It's the 12 Days of Education. We'll be giving away a Gordon Allen print coming up in just a little bit. I want to remind you to text EDUCATE to 24365. That's EDUCATE to 24365 and help the College Advising Corps as they move forward for the next year. Rodney, as you look back at some of the stories you've heard from college or high school seniors as they go into college and come back and have an impact on their community, it's heartwarming, isn't it, to know that they have had that advising corps help in moving forward. And also it's just warming to know that we have kids in our community that are doing great things, coming back and helping out. And also this corps has played a part in it.
What was that last part, Joe?
This corps has played a part of it.
Oh, absolutely. Yes, sir. I've seen people come back that are teachers that have gone, that have had the assistance. We've got folks that are working in advanced manufacturing as a result of this. And the most impressive thing is that we started this in 2007, and as of the class of 2020, over that period of time, those seniors have been offered $219 million.
Wow.
And it was over $17 million from the class of 2020 last year. That's not loans. That's actual scholarships that are offered with no repayment whatsoever.
And Joe, you mentioned something about the economic impact that something like this has on a community. When I was with the Employment Security Commission, potential employers, when they're looking at the labor force, their primary goal is to make sure that that skill set is found in the location that they want to invest in. And, I always had a lot of parents especially would say, hey, my kids are moving out of town. What can we do to keep them coming back? I said, need an education so we can attract more businesses and industry here. And this is an example of how valuable that is.
A healthy secondary education option, which we have locally to branch off to the 4-year, plus the 4-year opportunity combined with this College Advising Corps and the other programs, Rodney, that we have in the education system. It just is the pudding that makes this Christmas holiday Rockingham County area better, right? Everything ties in together, and if we can work together to make everything spin, then it's just going to be that much better for all of us.
Absolutely. I had somebody say one time, when someone's being baptized as a baby, it's announced to the audience and the congregation that it takes the village. It's going to take all of us to help raise this child. The same's true in education. The more people are involved, the more that they help, the better opportunities our students are going to have. And whenever they have an opportunity, they raise the expectations for the children that they're going to have. And I think that's really what, as a parent, we want our kids to do better than we did. And so if we can get that cycle going where college attainment is an expectation, not a hope, but an expectation, and it comes to fruition, it's going to carry on for generations. That's going to impact people beyond just ones that are going to college right now. And everybody who's donated, I know Louise, she was one of my principals. She was at Reedsville Middle School, and she started the early college. she understood what it means that when you invest in a student and a young adult, you're going to get that back tenfold.
That's right. That's the big part of it. Well, let's welcome in a familiar face, Jenny Edwards with the Rockingham County Education Foundation. Jenny, how you doing?
Doing pretty good. How are you today?
Oh, it's a great day today. Text EDUCATE to 24365 and let's help this college advising corps. As you can see on the screen, for every $1 invested in Rockingham County, our seniors are receiving $456 in offered scholarships, totaling more than $12 million right here in Rockingham County year after year. And that helps Jenny, I think the important part is that helps every type of student.
Well, that's exactly right. In fact, the college advisors reach more than 95% of the seniors in Rockingham County. So essentially, every senior who would like to have access to that help gets that help. And it's really vital. Everything that Dr. Shotwell and Gordon were just talking about was just hitting home. I was backstage, so you couldn't see my head. It was about to shake off my shoulders. I was agreeing so thoroughly. It's a very confusing process to attempt to get into college. And if you don't have anyone in your family who has gone before you and can help show the way to go, show the path, these college advisors are absolutely life-changing. The experience of going to school, to a post high school education, it changes the rest of your life for the better.
Share with us some of the stories that your board has heard or that you have heard from whether it's advisors, teachers, students in the past about how important this is and how valuable it's been to them.
I'm not sure if Rodney mentioned this, but one of the current college advisors this year is from Rockingham County, and she was raised in a family with limited means, and she is the first generation to go to school. She herself benefited from a college advisor. She was able to get into college. She said she had no idea that she was going to one day become a college advisor herself. And she is in this heart and soul. And, I can say that's the same for every single advisor that we have here in Rockingham County. I cannot believe what these young people pull off for our high school students. And they really care. I mean, if we're going to have a chance to talk to some of them as we go through the 12 days of education, and you're going to be blown away by what these young people do for our students.
And this is a major initiative for the Education Foundation, isn't it? Every single year, your focus is to make sure that this happens going back to that 2007 date.
Oh, that's exactly right. It's the Rockingham County Education Foundation's flagship program. It is is how the organization got founded, was specifically to help bring this program into Rockingham County. We have not done it alone. The entire county has put their shoulder to the wheel in order to help bring these college advisors into Rockingham County. There's a great origin story for the college advisors. I'm not sure I'm at liberty to share it, but the story is just one of those serendipitous moments where everything just lined up at exactly the right time with exactly the right people right here in Rockingham County, and they made this happen. And we have been helping carry the ball since. We don't do it alone. It takes a lot of effort. The entire school system. I cannot say enough wonderful things about Dr. Shotwell. I don't think I've ever seen a superintendent who cares more about his students right here in Rockingham County. We're really fortunate to have him. The Reidsville Area Foundation is a huge supporter of the program as well. They don't like to brag about that. They kind of like to keep quiet about that, but they definitely are involved in helping making that happen. And then there are a number of key leaders in Rockingham County who are here making it happen. So it's not just us. This is a whole community effort.
Well, look at this. This is what we're giving away today on the first day of education. Our true love, Gordon Allen, gave to thee. This beautiful print, and we're going to give this away. Jenny, go ahead and draw that, and let's see who wins this beautiful.
Okay. Well, I have my teapot here because what is Christmas without a teapot? And every single person who has donated leading up to today, including those donations that came in today. Now, let me do a quick check and see if we have anybody here who is, let me do a refresh. Okay, so we have everybody in here. And so I'm going to kind of do a little shake. And I'm going to draw a name. Here we go. Now now the thing is, this name every day throughout the 12 days of education, if you win the drawing, but your name also goes back into the teapot because you have an opportunity to win over and over again. And today's winner is Mara O'Neill.
Well,
That's a good Congratulations.
Many folks know Mara O'Neill. She's involved at Rockingham Community College. She does great work there. She's a friend of mine. She's a friend of many people. I'm very happy to see that she won. I'm going to put her name right back in the pot. And so she, along with everyone else who donated, will be eligible every day. We've got some great prizes coming up, including a 14-karat diamond pendant from Arthur's Jewelry valued at $900. So we have terrific prizes. You do not have to donate in order to enter. If you'd like to enter without donating, just send me an email and we'll get you taken care of. But we do hope that you'll decide to donate something to this terrific cause.
30 donations, $8,325 raised so far in the 12 days of education, plus an $8,000 match from St. Thomas Episcopal Church. We're off to a great start, but we've got even more coming through the 12 days of education, so you're going to want to stay right here. We'll be back tomorrow at 3 p.m., and there's nothing stopping you from hitting text educate to 24365. Just pick up that phone. Look. Watch. It's not difficult. You can text educate to 24365 and donate today and help the College Advisory Corps right here in our community. I want to thank you all guys for being here, and we'll see you guys tomorrow.
All right. Sounds great. Thanks, Joe. Thanks for all you do.
Thanks, Gordon, for the print today. And thanks, Jenny, for your leadership.